The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is up. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their... And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And Doncic throws it down.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other. This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Lillard against Doncic. And a wide open look for McCollum. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Doncic. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Richardson against McCollum. And it's in there.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Doncic following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis. The putback, and Doncic is right there. Doncic has got 8 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Foul for 3. Lillard, and it's Lillard on the follow.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now, here's Doncic. 8 points for him. Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Kleber after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Count it.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Back to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. The shot by Lillard wide open. Lillard again missing. Dallas leading by 4. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's jacked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And he makes that one.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Now here's Jones. Powell, no one around him. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Brunson. It's a 3-point game. Redick for 3. Rebound by Anthony. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Hardaway with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Brunson. He gets it in there.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, the 7-footer showing how easy it can be. And it's Cantor aggressive.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
We've got Jalen Brunson. Dwight Powell is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Cauley Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Mavericks leading by 3. Brunson with it. Kicks to Redick. Pulls up from the corner. The rebound by Simons. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
That's it. I never get tired of seeing Anthony operate. The skill, the grace, but also the power.
Redick against Cantor. Out to Hardaway. Stolen by Cantor. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Cauley Stein. Lays it up and banks it in. Cauley Stein's got his second bucket.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Hardaway. And then Cauley Stein with the jam.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Jones dishes to Cantor, and the shot goes in.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
Brunson kicks to Redick. Pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Redick. And that one, good. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. To the middle, 9 feet out. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Anthony. And it's 6 points for Enes Kanter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
There's a savviness innate to Luka Doncic. He has played this game for such a long time. Pick and roll, yeah, that's in my bag.
Pass to Lillard. Porzingis with the rebound.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Doncic against Lillard. Plenty of space. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Doncic right side. Covington with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Out to Doncic. He feeds it to Powell. Outside Hardaway. And there's the pass to Richardson. Left side, Porzingis. Shoots over Powell. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Powell's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 2 assists. And that'll do it for...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Doncic looking it over. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
the
case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Richardson dishes to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Trailblazers trail by 7. And here's McCollum for 3. Offensive rebound. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Dallas leading by 5. Pass to Doncic. Porzingis at the elbow. 18 feet out. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Little comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The drive by Redick. And yes, it's good. Redick's got his second basket of the night.
They're able to finish on the drive. Give Redick a lane, and he's more than happy to take it.
Simons surveying the D. To the inside. Nurkic blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Nurkic has got 12 in the game.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
The drive by Redick. Here's Cauley-Stein. An easy 2 points on the layup. Cauley-Stein's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Mavs. Portland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Redick against McCollum. Back to Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Mavericks with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the fourth.
Here's Redick. And that one drops for him. And it's a 9-point Maverick lead.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Passes it to McCollum. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. And his offense just hasn't been there.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
And here's Redick. 6 points for him. Kleba kicks to Brunson. Outside, Redick. Cauley-Stein finds Redick. Taken away. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Redick way outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Dallas heading to the bench with a 7-point. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Jalen Brunson out there with Richardson. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the center, locking down the middle.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Lillard against Brunson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
The drive by Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And just putting his entire offensive imagination on full display. What a smooth release from Lillard.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And a switch here also for Portland. Simons is checked in. Portland on defense. 6-point game. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. A shot by Kleber, wide open. Dallas, no good that time either. The Trailblazers shooting at 51%. Really solid. Down low, here's Cantor. And that one hits back iron. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Kleber slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Covington down low. Kleber defending. Here's Simons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis. The first one falls. Good on both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Clock at 6. A pass to Porzingis. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Simons. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Richardson. Mavericks leading by 8. 1:44 left in the game. And the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. On the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And Portland with a change here, too. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. Doncic against Lillard. Redick surveying the D. Back to Doncic. Anthony with the block.
Oh, Melo just reading the play the right way, putting the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic, here we go.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
And it's Lillard missing. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Jared Jones in for Powell.
That's his first personal foul.
The free throw drops for Redick.
And throughout his career, Redick has proven to be very consistent, an effective two-way player who gives it his all.
And it's Portland with the rebound.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Redick on deep. The long distance three is buried. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Why, Enes Kanter's willingness to be the guy to take over in a critical stretch, so impressive.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Up next, the Clippers taking on the Trailblazers. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Lillard.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Jackson against Lillard. Here's Batum. And contact on the shot. So, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. They get it back.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now, here is George. To the paint, Powell with the steal. Covington with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Covington into the lane. Nurkic can't hit. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Now the pass to Nurkic. Outside Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Nurkic up top. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. A 3 from McCollum. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. George
passes to Zubats. Outside Jackson. And here's George. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Portland trailing here. The three from McCollum. The rebound by Patterson.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just
oh, what a play!
Watch your head. Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Here's Simons. And here's McCollum for three. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over George. Here's Cantor. Morris against Powell. Pass to Cantor. Teardrop shot. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling. Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Seven seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Passes it to Simons. With one on the clock. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Lillard's checked in for Portland. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Lillard against Rondo. Down low. Here's Zubac. A shot, no good. Excellent D from Cantor. Lillard scanning the floor. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Rondo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Lillard attacking. And Cantor throws it down.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Yep, it counts.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Lillard against Rondo. Lillard attacking.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Kennard. And it's Portland with the rebound. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. George against McCollum. Pass to Canner. Outside, Jones. Oturu with the rebound. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. Offensive rebound, Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And a wide open look for McCollum. It's good on the putback.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
George against McCollum. Here's the three. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. Now here's Cantor. He's got 8. McCollum feeling it out a bit. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
29 seconds left now here in the second. Jackson dishes to Leonard. George against McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. The shot by George, no good. And here's Canner. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Nobody near Leonard. And he got that one up in time. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the... Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. The shot by Powell, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Leonard with the bucket.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Trailblazers trail by 4. McCollum outside. Over George. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Out to the right wing, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Clippers leading by 4. Outside, George. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Out to the wing. Here's Patterson. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Patterson. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. The Trailblazers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Lillard against Patterson. And now we've got the intentional foul. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense. Always gets a hand in the shooter's face.
Clippers moving the ball around. Patterson passes to Mann. No good. Shot missing. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And so they foul intentionally. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Lillard. He's got 8. Here's Jackson. Anthony with the block. One-on-one fast break. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
From deep, George hands it from downtown. George has got 9.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Leonard against Powell. Nurkic in the post. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg is a young player. One of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Here's Rondo following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Here's Oturu. He's guarded by Nurkic. Out to Morris. 6 to shoot.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
McCollum finds Jones. McCollum against Rondo. McCollum passes to Simons. McCollum right side. The pass to Simons. And it's McCollum in the corner. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Here's Leonard. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Jones against Leonard. Nurkic in the post. Back to Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. They get it back, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
That's a 2 from Kennard. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Lillard against Rondo. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Rondo with it. 1 second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Now into the lineup for the Clippers. Amir.
Morris outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And I really like the physicality that Kanter plays with. Getting fouled is the least of his concern.
First free throw is good. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris.
2 shots.
And Kanter drops them both. Here's Rondo. Over to the left wing. Coffee passes to Patterson. No good. Good D by Covington. And they go to the intentional foul. And the Clippers call time here.
Los Angeles timeout call. All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer dancers.
Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Yeah, you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
And George kicks to Zubac. Jackson from long range. The offensive rebound. Nurkic with the block. Kicks it out to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Jackson in the corner. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. And Portland has possession. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Powell for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. George, and George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
George against McCollum.
That's his second personal.
They throw good. McCollum. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
George against McCollum. Leonard the pass to Zubac, and the shot is good.
Nice feed, Leonard with good timing, good ball placement.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Zubac for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Portland.
Carmelo Anthony.
Pass to McCollum. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Now, here's George. Good on the bucket. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Anthony. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
McCollum against George. Over McCollum again, Los Angeles.
He's really cooking right now. He's having a phenomenal half.
Anthony against Leonard. Anthony down low. Here's Nurkic. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Now, here is George. On the wing, Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That shot is off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. McCollum outside. This is it to Lillard. Here now, the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Zubac. Nurkic with the double team. Outside for Batum. Leonard on the wing. Right at the free throw line. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Clippers lead by 7.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Now Zubac. And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Now... And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. That one drops for him.
Well, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Outside, George. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. The second chance effort. They grab their own miss.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done.
Oh, that was terrific.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now, here's Doncic to the inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed the full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back. You know, Porzingis' game is custom made for the pick and pop stretch big. This guy can do damage from the perimeter.
Drops in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Doncic, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And George with the stuff.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's average double-digit assists for multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Now here's Brunson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleba. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Here's Mann. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Redick. 4-on-3 break. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Kennard. Good D by Hardaway.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Brunson finds Cauley-Stein. Back to Brunson. Right side, Reddick. Here's Cauley Stein. There's the pass to Pop. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. And the shot goes in.
Boy, very easy that time for Powell. He's not going to miss that one.
Inside. Outside Rondo. On the wing, Morris. Hardaway against Patterson. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Hardaway. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Pass to Brunson. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. And Morris throws it down.
Just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
4 seconds left. And it's laid in by Brunson. Brunson's got 5 points so far.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 2. Reddick passes to Powell. Here's Brunson. Tries again. And it's good on the layup. Powell's got his second basket.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Back to Rondo. He feeds it to Patterson. Outside for Rondo. 5 to shoot. No good with the triple.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. And Dallas with a change here, too. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Outside for Reddick. From deep three-point range. Shot clock reset for Dallas. They now take the lead. Doncic has got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Patterson inside. Powell on him. Kennard's shot is off. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Reddick surveying the D. Misses the 3. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Kennard. Rondo against Doncic. Back to Rondo. Zubac in the post. Guarded by Doncic.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And Reddick kicks to Cauley Stein. Back to Reddick. Outside Hardaway. It's stolen by Rondo. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. In the corner, Kennard with it. Zubac the pass to Morris. Back to Zubac. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Zubac has got his first 2 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. George, no good. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Doncic. That shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player, very effective at finding the open man, too.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Porzingis high post. Richardson against George. And the dunk by Porzingis. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding up. And that
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league, actually one of the best. He's creative, he's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Batum gets it to go on the assist from Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Kleba. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. It's on Luka Doncic. For Los Angeles, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Doncic finds Porzingis.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And it's Leonard missing.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Boy, such a soft release on this difficult shot. Doncic is a master at knowing how and when to use that shot.
Leonard with no one around. From outside, off the mark. Mavericks trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Jackson has the open look. Offensive rebound. And George able to finish. And the Clippers lead by 8.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Over George. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Back to Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 14 points for Luka Doncic.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Leonard on the wing, takes the 3. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Inside. Doncic passes to Porzingis. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Kleba. Out to Doncic. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here's George for 3. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He ends up. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers leading by 8. They've got Rajon Rondo. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. He kicks it to Hardaway. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. On the wing, Morris. Back to Leonard. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Rondo dishes to Patterson. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Brunson finds Burke. Count it. Burke's got his first basket.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Clippers leading by 10. Outside Rondo. Down low. Kicks it out to Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in. Now Cauley Stein. And Brunson has it in the corner. Back to Hardaway. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Morris with the ball. Now defended by Cauley Stein. A deep 3 from Leonard. Rebounded by Hardaway. Hardaway has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Burke can't get it to go. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris bangs home the trifecta. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles. For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. He dishes it to Hardaway. Back to Cauley Stein. Just 4 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot, and the shot goes down.
Far from just a perimeter threat now, Tim Hardaway Jr. is also capable of converting inside.
Passes to Patterson. Back to Rondo. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Brunson, good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's man. Burke covering. Here's Patterson. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one's pretty clear.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkus, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Richardson, he's checked in for Burke. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Here's Doncic. It falls. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Leonard looking around. Jackson in the corner. And the dunk by Zubac.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Porzingis. Can't get it to fall. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Doncic. Damian Lillard pulls it in.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Gotta get the whole team pumped up.
Here's McCollum. Porzingis with the rebound.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Richardson attacking, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Well, I like Richardson's versatile skill set. He has the deep shot, but he can also drive through the D.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Here's Doncic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard scanning the floor. From deep. The Mavericks pull it in.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Doncic against McCollum. Finney-Smith passes to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. And they double up Doncic. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
McCollum against Richardson. And Lillard kicks to Powell. A 3 from McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Doncic, here we go. Pass to Kleba. Jacks up a 3. And no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's McCollum. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Kleba finds Doncic. A floater. Here's Porzingis. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Pass to Simons. Out to Anthony. Outside, Jones. Portland needs to get off a shot. Good. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star
No
last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Here's Brunson. After Enes Kanter's basket, Brunson the pass to Redick. There's the dish to Powell. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. They get it back. Mavericks leading by 5. Redick with it. Jones covering. Redick dishes to Cauley Stein. Redick against Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, I can't blame him. It's hard to stay down on that pump fake because Redick looks to shoot often. He gets guys to jump.
And both free throws good for Redick.
Now, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Passes it to Carmelo. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Now, that's a staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Powell against Redick. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Powell with the steal. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Runs in the pass to Redick. A three ball. That shot off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, up 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still as competitive as they come. Here's what he had to say.
I don't fear nobody. And, you know, if somebody going to come out.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the small forward. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Dallas making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shoots the three. Portland no good that time either. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Doncic feeling it out. Here's Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2. And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Just double checking, and the game continues on.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard outside. He dishes it to Nurkic. Count the basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Doncic against Jones. Up top, Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Just 5 on the clock. Doncic finds Porzingis, and it's Portland with the rebound. Porzingis with the steal to the inside. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Jones, and it's slammed in by Jones.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
On the wing, Doncic. By Lillard. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? Now here's McCollum. He has 5. They get it back. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting to second chances.
Count that one. Porzingis has got 9.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Takes it out to Covington. The pass to Powell. From deep 3-point range. Portland no good that time either. The Mavericks leading. Brunson scanning the floor. And that one is good. Brunson's got his first points of the game. Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. Pass to Powell. Back to McCollum.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Richardson right side. Powell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. Nice shot by Porzingis. And now it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Cullen passes to Cannon. Porzingis with the steal. Fast break Dallas. Richardson's running. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Brunson. And here's McCollum for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their biggest advantage of the period was 7 points. Win or lose, Kenny, and that'll about do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Kleba kicks to Doncic. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs. That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Look at the energy Leonard plays with. He doesn't give in to the defense. He's superb at scoring despite getting hit.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Doncic outside. Cauley Stein dishes to Doncic. And stolen by Lillard. One-on-one fast break. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
And he banks in the layup.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
And Cantor over to help. Cauley Stein kicks to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving as a passer.
Doncic against Lillard. Dishes to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Feeds it to Cantor, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Doncic outside. The dish to Cauley Stein. Doncic against Lillard. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Lillard against Doncic. Back to Redick. Here's Cauley Stein. Bucket is good. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
You see the length helping Cauley-Stein right there? I mean, that's what allows him to be a factor on the board.
Lillard with it. 5 points in the game. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 7.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Redick finds Doncic. High post, Cauley Stein. Back to Doncic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's 12 points for Luka Doncic. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 7-point differential. And it's in there. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Pass to Cauley Stein. On the wing, Hardaway. Guarded by Powell. Redick passes to Cauley Stein. That one, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic, here we go. And the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Mavericks leading by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Richardson the pass to Powell. Dallas moving it around. To the paint. And he makes good on the layup. Powell's got 6.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Well, consistency is what comes to mind when I think of McCollum. I mean, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches. Not what you expect out of him. He was due to cool off a little bit.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one, a great performance from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the basket by McCollum.
This is who McCollum is, someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Here's Brunson.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Richardson outside. Passes it to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
Nurkic can't hit. Dallas leading by 8. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Outside, Porzingis. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. And Dallas with a change here, too. Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way! Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Jones. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Lillard against Brunson. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Covington.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Porzingis high post. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Jones. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Nurkic. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 11 rebounds in the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And then for Dallas, Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Lillard against Doncic. A 3 from McCollum. Portland no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic gets it to go.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Lillard against Doncic. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Here's Nurkic. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Not just an interior threat, the in-between jumper. I mean, Nurkic possesses is often right on the money, too.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Dallas.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Lillard against Doncic. 5 on the clock. And the pass to Kleba. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. 12 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Canner. Here's Little. And so it's Dallas winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in, well, David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Reggie Jackson. Batum's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lillard with it, pass to Powell. Back to Lillard, down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Lillard attacking.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. And here's Jackson. The pass to Zubac. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Zubac with it. And the dunk by Zubac.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
The Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Inside. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
At 280 pounds, I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Jackson looking around. Passes it to Zubac. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Zubac has got 6.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Nurkic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nurkic is a double-double machine every night. There's not a lot of teams right now that are equipped on their roster to handle the kind of size that Nurkic can bring.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. And here's Rondo. He dishes it to Morris. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And it's good, 2 points.
And good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Now here's Rondo. He feeds it to Patterson. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. A finish. And finished off by Nurkic.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Free throw, no good for Nurkic. Clippers trail by 6. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Man can't hit.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight. He's a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Patterson, that's good.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
McCollum outside. Dishes it to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior, and that time drew the contact.
And so Rondo hits both free throws. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. McCollum outside. Poke loose. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. And Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Yusuf Nurkic has been on display for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the team's camaraderie.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
Clippers trail by 8.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's Lillard. Rajon Rondo getting it to go from deep. Shot clock at 3. And Nurkic gets it to go. Nurkic has got 10 points in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off. Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Basket counts. Patterson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's Lillard. 8 points for him.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubats is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And the basket by McCollum. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching. And I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s. But I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Derek Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it's Simons missing.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Canner, high post. Back to McCollum. The dish now to Cantor. Got a piece of it. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. The shake. A nice shot by George. And now just a 4-point Portland lead.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Banked in off the glass.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
George against McCollum. Outside, George. The 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Portland leading by 6. Powell, no one around him. But they get it back. McCollum against George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. 5 seconds left here in the second. Here's Lillard. And so it's Portland with a 6-point. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Ivica Zubats. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead. McCollum against George. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Clock at 6. Kept alive. And the dunk by Zubats.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Connects from 3-point range.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here is Lillard after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Powell kicks to Lillard. Launches it. Morris with the rebound. Rondo against Lillard. Rondo can't get it to go. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. There's the 3. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. In the corner, George with it. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Takes it out to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
George finds Batum. Back to George. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And an intentional foul right there. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Now Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's 1:40 left in the third. Lillard attacking. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Now here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Lillard scanning the floor. McCollum outside for 3. Kanter dishes to Covington. And here's McCollum for 3. Portland again missing. Clippers trail by 8. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Morris. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
So for the Trailblazers, Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Now here's Jones. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Picked away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. It's deflected. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Jackson.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock, and Jackson gets it to go.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Here's McCollum. He has 7. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
The putback. It's good on the putback. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. Now, here is George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take a platoon swap here for the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 4. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Batum against Anthony. To the inside. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Second chance shot, and Cantor with the lay-in. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
From deep, George. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Now here's McCollum.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the defender was slow reacting, didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. They lead by 4. Lillard outside. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
It's George on the wing. Just 5 to shoot, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. Outside, Jones. Shot on the wing. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
The sheer strength of Cantor really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
Outside, George. Good on the triple. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Now George, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Here's Zubac. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most. That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Jackson passes to Zubac, and stolen by Lillard. Stolen by George. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Lillard against Zubac. Jones kicks to Anthony. To the middle. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
George against McCollum. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. That one goes in.
And McCollum's pace hasn't changed even under pressure.
1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. A 3. Good D by McCollum.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Lillard way outside. Portland with a new 14. It's Covington on the wing. Zubac's defending, and here's McCollum for 3. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And here's Covington after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Lillard with no one around. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
George passes to Zubac. Back to George. From deep. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Powell dishes to Lillard. This one for 3. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers win it. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg. the sprawling metropolis of Dallas. And we've got time.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks head far enough.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Here's George. Fires the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Richardson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Right side, Porzingis. Doncic left side. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Doncic with the block.
Doncic known for his offense, but twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Jackson against Doncic. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Well, the tight handle allows Luka Doncic to make the pretty move off the bounce.
From deep, George. Kleber with the rebound.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Doncic against George. Doncic, no good. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
And Doncic, here we go.
Well, Doncic's terrific floor vision in the open floor. He also understands how to be the guy to finish.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And a deep 3 from George. The Mavericks pull it in.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. The Clippers also making some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Yes, that goes in.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Patterson passes to George. Launches a 3. The Clippers rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Rondo against Brunson. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. It's Hardaway with the drive. To the middle, here's Powell. And it's good, assisting on the play was Hardaway. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Here's George following the score by Dallas. On the clock, on deep. Porzingis with the steal. Brunson against Rondo. Now Brunson. And the layup falls. Brunson's got 6 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Short. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I ain't got no credit, but I got the cash.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Cauley Stein, Luka Doncic out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Powell in at power forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. The drive by Doncic. Pass to Powell. Tries a three. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Back to Doncic. And the wide open shot from Redick. Off target from three-point range. Kennard the pass to Batum. Here's Mann. And a missed layup.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Cauley Stein finds Doncic. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Back to Cauley Stein. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And good that time. Doncic has got 10.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And so here is Dallas after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. They get it again. Zubac. Doncic with the block. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson, he's checked in for Morris. Redick surveying the D. To the paint. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Finney-Smith kicks to Redick. He sinks the 11-footer. And the Mavericks lead by 11. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them.
And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Brunson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Finney Smith passes to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Good work there as it goes. Now just a 5-point Dallas lead.
I'll tell you, he's having his way right now in the second period. Forget the first quarter. Let's get to work.
Here's Finney Smith, defended by George. Kleba kicks to Finney Smith. Over George. Finney Smith can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 5. Jackson finds Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 6 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Finney Smith passes to Brunson. To the inside. And just miss after miss right now.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control where
That was worth the price of admission.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now here's Brunson. He has 6. Porzingis high post. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Oh, you have to love that effort, getting after the basketball, fighting for a possession.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and that's a...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle.
And I think, guys, over time, you would anticipate Luka Doncic becoming more and more of a leader. This guy is so fun to watch from a skill perspective. This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
Doncic against Jackson. Kicks it out to Richardson. Here's Finney Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For Dallas, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Mavericks.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
George against Richardson, and George kicks to Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Over Porzingis with the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubac has got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Doncic throws it down.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now, here's George. 10 points for him. And it's Leonard missing. Doncic with it. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Leonard with the steal. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Jackson against Doncic. Inside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. On the wing, George. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Now, here's Doncic. He's got 13. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic passes to Kleber. Dallas moving it around. Here's Porzingis, 6 to shoot. Batum grabs the miss. Los Angeles leading by 3. Down low. It's stolen. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk, but with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks, he can be special.
It's George on the wing. And again, no good by the Clippers.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged the bullet there.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Billy Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Dwight Powell subbed in for Maxi Kleber. Now, here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Man passes to Morris. Doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Doncic feeling it out. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Morris outside. They need this. Hits it from 3-point range. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Now, here's Doncic. 15 points in the game. And another basket for Dallas.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Up top, Morris. Guarded by Hardaway. Zubac, the best of man. Zubac trying to break loose. Man gets the bucket.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Doncic outside to the paint. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. It's a tie game in Dallas. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Maverick shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. They've got Powell. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And here's Rondo. To the inside. Here's Morris. It's blocked, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Kleba. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 5 on the clock. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Now, here's Redick. Paul George with the steal. Outside Jackson. Outside George. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Here's Brunson to the middle. Now Kleba has to finish Smith. Here's Brunson. Clock at 4. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Right side George. The baseline J. And the jumper falls for him. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Finney Smith passes to Cauley-Stein. Brunson against Jackson. Brunson, good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And it's George finishing it off.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
Mavericks trail by 4. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. That one good for 2. Doncic has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, he knows how much was riding on that possession. You get the sense he relishes the chance.
George, no good. They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free. Doncic, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And George with the stuff.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Doncic outside. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. And here's Porzingis. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 2. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Penny.
Now, Doncic. Paul George missing from long range. Doncic passes to Melli. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6 to tie it up. Pass to Powell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's George. Good.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now, here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball. Leonard on the wing. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
Now the pass to Leonard. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's